All right, here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Reyes Reflection Podcast. I'm the one and only Nathanael Reyes. Today is an unprecedented episode because I am recording literally inside the facility. I'm so excited. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I have permission. I'm here with the owner himself. I'm sitting inside of Nutrition Junction, which opened March 5th, I believe. Is that correct? And it's located on 1734 Lakeview Ave in Drake, Mass. And the owner, without further ado, Arnold Thuku. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, no problem. You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Got my drink here. I'm excited for it.
Cheers to the drink.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
There we go.
Cheers. There we go.
There we go.
Perfect.
All right. So now this is your second location. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And where's your first location?
Down Brockton, Mass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's over by like near Boston, right?
Yeah, that's like South Shore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So before we get into the business aspect of everything like that, I want to learn more about the man, the myth, the legend of Arnold. How did things become to you? Like, how did you get to this point today? Tell me about everything. How did you start from the beginning?
So I'm originally Kenyan. So I'm not born in the States or anything like that. Kenyan parents, everyone has the American dream. So I've always I always when I was growing up, I wanted to become a pilot.
Okay.
Yeah, I always wanted to fly. A little bit in high school. My first year in high school back in Kenya, I didn't come here until I was 18. So my first year in Kenya, my first year in high school in Kenya, I was in a really good school my dad and mom brought me to. Did aviation there, but then I really did not like physics, so I just thought to myself, maybe I just wanted to do flying because it looked really cool, but physics seemed really hard. So, when you're young, trying to go through life and, and things like that. So, my parents, at the age of, I was just about to join high school, and, unfortunately, they never had the best relationship, so ended up separating.
Mm-hmm.
That's another long story too. So
it always is. Same with my folks. Yep.
Right. So they end up separating, and my dad was kind of I actually it's somewhat how I came to America. My dad, being abusive and things like that, and my mom was just getting into coming for a graduation party here, but she never had the income. She was a stay-at-home mom and things like that. So, but is it okay if I share that?
Yeah. Absolutely. Go ahead.
So my mom was a stay-at-home mom, never really had income or anything like that. And my dad always provided, never wanted her to work. So when my mom got the opportunity to come here for a graduation party, actually her mother-in-law, which is my mom, my dad's mom, for some weird reason, the mom-in-laws usually don't love their wives. Yeah. So she funded the trip and she got the visa, and that's how I landed in the United States.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this was in 2009, and I didn't come here until 2014.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
So the separation happened in like 2000, or the graduation happened in 2009. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, my mom came here in 2009.
Oh, she did.
Yes.
But you didn't join until 2014.
Well, my mom was trying to get us from Kenya.
Okay.
And my dad, in Kenya, there's third world countries, there's a lot of corruption.
Yep.
So my dad, what happened to him is he's well off. He does pretty good for himself. And if you know anyone, too much bribery and things like that. So he opened up a case in court. So none of us could leave the country until we were adults to make our decisions.
Wow.
So I became an adult in 2014. And I said, I'm coming here. So that's how I landed in the United States. But I found my brother, who's 2 years older than me, here.
Wow. Okay, so I was just about to ask you. Thank you for sharing that. That is insane. So You have siblings.
Yeah, I do have siblings.
Just
yeah.
one brother?
Yeah, no, I have an older brother and I have 2 younger sisters.
Okay, and
Yeah.
are they still in Kenya?
Well, one of them is still back home, the last one, since she's not 18. Remember, there's a court case pending. So, but my older brother, who's over 18, of course, is here.
Yep.
And my younger sister, she's 5 months in the country. She just turned 18. So,
oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
wild. So
Yeah.
you can go ahead and have this do this court proceeding in which you don't need to have they don't need to go to they can't come to the country.
They can't come to the country.
Wow.
And I couldn't come to the country until I turned 18.
Wow. See, these are things you don't think about when we're living here in the United
When you're
States.
here in the United States, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you born here? Born and
Yes,
raised?
born and
Yeah,
raised. Yeah.
yeah.
I've had this discussion with many of my friends and family.
Yeah.
America has its problems, but
Yeah.
it's the greatest country.
It's the greatest country, yeah.
It's the greatest country.
Yeah.
I mean, we have our problems, but the fact, I mean, look at that. That would not happen
Right,
here.
right. That would not.
That-
Right? Yeah.
That's insane. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's a blessing that you're here.
Right.
And it's a blessing to be in
It
this
is a
country.
blessing to be in the United States. You know, a lot of people complain about the country sometimes, and I hear people, whine and yak and say all these things, and I say, you're here. There's no foodstuffs in Africa. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So just be grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, just kind of, the grass is always greener on the other side.
other
You
side.
think, yeah.
Exactly.
So you migrated here in 2014
Yes.
at the age of 18.
Yes.
So as we talked off camera, we actually have some connected roots.
Yeah.
Worcester, Mass, best city in the world. I'm a
Best-
little biased.
Yeah.
So is that where you first came?
So this is where. So after I landed in Logan, this is where my mom takes me. So they received me at the airport. Mind you, I haven't seen my mom in 2009. So 5-6 years.
Yeah.
So give her a big hug. Of course, put the luggage in the car and things like that. Didn't bring much, because they were like, we have everything here. So
Yeah.
didn't bring much. So whatever I had, we put it in the car, and we set for this 45-minute ride to 508.
Worcester. Yeah, I love
Worcester.
Worcester.
Yeah.
I rep Worcester through and through. So,
Yeah, right.
so you went to Quincy.
Yeah, I went to Quincy.
For the people who don't know, it's actually Quinsigamond. Is that what it is?
Quinsigamond, yeah. It's
Yeah.
community college.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but everyone from Worcester just calls it Quincy.
Quincy.
What did you study at Quincy?
So I was just doing general studies.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just doing general studies and kind of doing prereqs and a lot of I want to say this because it really gets into my heart and it's also really big part of the story in here. If you're lost and you don't work on yourself, you end up everywhere. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I listened to, I don't know if you're too much into personal development. I listened to this guy called Eric Thomas, and he says, if Arnold Schwarzenegger, he had those revolving guns, and he's just shooting everywhere. He's just shooting without a target. He's going to shoot everywhere, So, when you don't have personal development and you don't have, the values in life, and there's no one there to teach you because we don't learn personal development in school. You end up everywhere. So, Kenyan boy, new in America, and a lot of immigrants here. My mom and everyone is in the healthcare field. Everyone's trying to be a nurse. Everyone wants to be, everyone wants to be a nurse per se because nursing is where the money is, right? No one's really trying to find themselves, and you just come in. Everyone tells you what to do, and so I was taking classes so I can be able to become a nurse. Yeah.
Wow. Well, and like you said, the opportunities. You're so grateful to be here.
Yeah.
So it's like when you think of nursing, you're like, all right, I'm just gonna do something. I got to do
Yeah.
something that will help people, but also
Right.
help myself.
Right.
So
Exactly.
and I can tell that means a lot to you about
Yeah.
like self-discovery. I mean, as we're here, we see there's many quotes of
Right.
inspiration
Right.
all over. So that's
Yeah.
something that means a lot to you.
Exactly.
When you first came to the country,
Yeah.
you were overweight. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And so
Yes.
when did fitness become such a, hey, this is something I'm really going to do?
So I actually, to me, it really did not start with fitness. It really started with nutrition.
Okay.
And that's why I don't have a working out space around here. You know what I mean? Well, I could eventually, but and this is what I really preach: nutrition. That's the main. That's where everything goes down. So I did go to a nutrition convention. and just like-minded individuals, who are doing a bunch of different things. Some have nutrition shops. That's where this whole concept first came. But I was so immature that
aren't we all?
Yeah. I'm 18 years old. I'm so young, almost 19. I'm so young, still trying to figure my life out. I wanted to become a pilot. Now I'm in America. Everyone's trying to become a nurse, and I was so passionate. And I told my mom, this is what I'm doing, and nothing is stopping me. So I was becoming a nurse, and then I go to this nutrition convention meeting that my brother tells me to go. He doesn't even go there. He says, okay, you guys need to go to this thing. Well, my mom actually is the one who initiated the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
look at that. Mom's the backbone of the family.
Moms are the best. So my mom says, you guys need to go check this thing out. And my brother used to work in a group home. So he's actually at work that day, and I'm new in America, right? Getting all these government checks, chilling, and my mom is off work, so we go to this meeting together, and that's where I get the whole inspiration of nutrition, seeing a whole bunch of people trying to who've lost weight, a whole bunch of people who've gained weight, and a whole bunch of people who are making ridiculous money, like crazy money. And what really made me stop doing nursing? Eventually, I did stop. So what makes me eventually stop thinking about nursing and things like this? And I hear one lady who goes on stage, and her name's Sue. She's an elderly lady, and she said she used to be like an LPN, which pretty much stands for licensed practical nurse. And she said she made $9,000 last month. And my mom is sitting right next to me, and I'm just listening. And I say, there's no way in heaven I am going to become a nurse and make $9,000 a month.
Yeah.
Without I need to probably work like doubles and extra overtime, and of course with a whole rack of student loans. So you know what? I said, whatever these people are doing, they're probably doing something that I need to be doing, and that's where the whole thing clicked in, and I've been in love with that ever since.
Yeah. It's funny how, like, when you find your niche and you find that and you run with it, you're like, wow, this is for me. Right. This is for me. Yeah. This is what I was meant to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, thank goodness that your mom set that up because otherwise you would not be here to this day.
Yeah.
So nutrition is such a big, important aspect for you. How much of it was a personal aspect versus I just want to make better money rather than being a nurse?
So when I really started this, I did not get into nutrition to sell it.
Okay.
Per se, I did not get into this industry to make money out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how you know you truly love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it really took some time because I did not. It really took some time because I did not. I didn't quit nursing immediately. Well, I did not quit the classes that I was doing to become a nurse immediately. It kind of took some time, and then and I was not making the money. See, and this is a huge thing when it comes to people, old people, young people, and what I would really just want to share regarding vision. Sometimes the vision is bigger than the money.
Yes.
Right? Sometimes the vision is bigger than the money. We're doing a podcast here. 5 years down the line, someone's going to pay you $10,000 to do the same podcast.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Vision is always bigger than money, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes money is not the money. If money is the driving factor, then I see so many people, even in the weight loss game or in the weight gain game, or people who are trying to get healthier and things like that. It all goes to vision. So many people have big dreams, but they can't go after them, and they settle for a job just because their visions are not big enough. So to me, it was always like vision. Ever since I heard someone who's 65, close to 65 now, making $9,000 a month, I said, okay, that's gonna be me one day. Mm-hmm. That's gonna be me one day, and I never really tied it to in however long and things like that. So I never really thought about the money when I started, and I've hustled a lot of side jobs trying to build this up.
Absolutely,
right.
And I feel like we're cut from the same cloth because I'm the same way. Yeah. I've never been a money-driven person.
Yeah.
I believe in making your passion your vocation.
Right.
As you said, when you're trying to find yourself and you're a kid and you're a dreamer, you hear hey, if I wake up one day and I love what I'm doing, it doesn't feel like work. Right?
Exactly.
And so this must not feel like work to you because you love it.
Just to cut you short, people ask me here all the time, how do you work 13 hours every day?
Yeah.
I say, I don't.
You're not working.
I just don't feel it.
Yeah, I love it because, and the funny thing is, I've seen you when I get out of the gym early in the morning,
right?
And here we are recording after hours,
right?
When your day's done, and your energy is the same way as if I walk in at 6 or 7 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I love this. Helped a girl get on a program today, and it doesn't feel like work. Yeah.
You must love the fact of the reoccurring customers and the people who are coming in, like myself and other people. How I discovered this place was on my Instagram. Someone posted it, and I was like, I'm going to check that place out.
Yeah.
So that must be really rewarding for you of like, I'm doing something right here. I'm doing, the fact that they're here all the time and they love it. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm doing, like I was just telling my wife that, we've been trying to do a lot of things to get Mondays and Tuesdays busy, and today we actually had a record-breaking day financially, right?
Woo!
Yeah, financially, because, that means that the more we're progressing, the more we're doing better and better.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Great stuff. What brought you to this Drake location? Was it just the opening? Was it you wanted to move north of Boston? Because I know you said or Brockton, so north of the South Shore area.
Right. Yeah.
Was it what made you want to come up north here?
Well, part of the reason I've always since I started doing this, I've always thought about my community, right?
Yeah.
My community, my Kenyan community, right?
Ooh.
And prior to this, like I said, I've done a lot of side jobs, building this up. And one big thing is I've always wanted to impact my own people. Since I've seen someone impact their own people. My wife is Cape Verdean. Now, when I met her, I know one Cape Verdean guy who just had a whole community of he still has a whole community of some beautiful six-pack, everything looking, big biceps, just Cape Verdean guys and girls. I said, I copy, but I copy the right cat. Right?
Yeah.
In life, you gotta copy, but you copy the right cat.
Exactly.
Right?
And then after you get your inspiration, that's when you switch it into what you want it to be.
And then you switch it what you want to be. So I've always thought of, how I can be able to create something like this for my Kenyan community. So we had the South Shore location, right? But I've always thought to myself, like, how are we going to impact more people? And I've done this for 9 years, and I struggled with my community since I started. How am I gonna be able to help Kenyans, right? I do Facebook Lives every day, right? Mm-hmm. I do Facebook Lives every day, and
Instagram Lives. I've seen it.
And Instagram Lives, and that's this Instagram. Too much energy. Do like 5 lives a day. So I do a Facebook Live every day on my own personal page, and I speak my language because I want to impact. So to answer your question, I always thought Lowell because the biggest Kenyan community is actually Lowell.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting fact. I didn't know that.
In Massachusetts, the biggest community of Kenyans is in Lowell. So number one in the United States is in Washington, but in Massachusetts, it's in Lowell. So I've always thought to myself, how am I going to be able to impact more people? So actually, we initiated this shop with my mother, right? Yep. And when my mother said, let's hit it, and I said, where are we going to look? And she said, look for a location. And I said, all right, so I'm going to look for a location. And my first thing that was in my head was Lowell. But Lowell, it's kind of tough with parking and things like that. So when I actually, I was on this website called loopnet.com, and that's how I seen this plaza, and I was gonna get the subway across the street.
Oh wow! Yeah.
But, and then it just didn't work out, so I ended up finding this place. Always looking for water when you see places like this, because plumbing could cost an arm and a leg, so there was water, and we just did it.
That's awesome, man. Wow, wow. And I love I didn't know that tidbit of information about the Kenyan community and how big it is. And I think that's awesome because you practice what you preach and you lead by example.
Exactly.
So you can now show aspiring little kids and even just people our age, hey, look, I did this a few years back. I was also going through the grind. And, and we said off camera. It's about that grind.
It's about that grind.
Every day. Every day.
Yeah, every day. Yeah.
You're looking to open up a third location shortly, correct?
Yeah. Well, so a friend of mine, so we just did, this is actually first time on, because I'm on live too. So
breaking news on the Reyes Reflection podcast. I love breaking news on the show.
So we are doing a third location in Chelmsford, Mass, and the grand opening is June 4th.
Wow, here we go. So June 4th.
Location number 3.
Location number 3, Chelmsford, Mass, June 4th.
Mass.
All right, keep your eye out for that. That's incredible. All right, awesome. This is obviously a very competitive space, right?
Yeah.
Where you're in.
Exactly.
What separates you from your competitors and from everyone else?
I love this question because it really it's part of my why. One thing I try and do, and one thing I really try and I really want people to understand nutrition, right? So I'm not here to like you said I listened to one guy called Jim Rohn. He says, I take the money, but I don't need the money.
All right. Yeah.
So I take the money, but I don't need the money. So part of the reason is, if I'm here, we're making teas, we're making smoothies. I just want to be a bartender. I want people to
healthy bartender. That's what you call yourself,
healthy
right?
Healthy bartender, yeah. So I want people to understand nutrition, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually didn't tell you this, but I have a big online business that does almost $500,000 a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Right.
What's the website so listeners and other people can look you up and try to find your supplement? Is it supplements or is it?
Well, so what I do is I just do individual coaching.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do individual coaching and a ton of everybody. Yeah. So I have a jot form link on my Facebook. I have a jot form link on my Instagram. Yeah, and if you just Google my name, you'd be able to find the jot form link and just fill it out, and we would.
That's incredible. So you just Google Arnold Thuku.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
So what separates you is you also have this other avenue in which you are also bringing in people as well.
People, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of coaching online. So if you think about it, I would need a job if we just opened here. Nobody knows about this place. I need some sort of income, right?
yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I have a big online business that backs me up, so I'm able to stay here and build all these places and things like that.
That's awesome, man. All right, awesome.
Yeah.
Everything here is absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
What would you say is your best-selling item?
Well, the protein waffles are definitely a big hit.
Yeah, they're a good hit.
Yeah. We make awesome teas. They burn calories.
Yeah, I'm drinking one right now. What am I drinking again? The Blue Hawaiian, is it?
That's a Blue Hawaiian, yeah. And I'm drinking mojito.
And what was the other one you gave me last time I was here?
Summer Slice.
Summer Slice, okay, yeah.
And Blue Hawaiian is blue raspberry, orange, and pineapple.
Oh, my goodness, so amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I call it treating yourself, not cheating yourself.
Yeah.
What's your go-to treat meal?
So, I don't plan anything, but if I'm going to have something off the hook, I'm not a big pizza person.
Oh.
I'm not, to me is, and it's good to say this. It's also not good to say this. Ever since I lost that weight, I also kind of have like food phobia.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and I appreciate that you shared that.
Yeah. I do have food phobia, so I necessarily do not have a cheat day or a cheat meal or something I plan in my recipe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And working with my wife, definitely trying to get her healthier. I'm on top of my mom. My mom is actually down 70 pounds. after listening.
Yeah,
right?
mama.
Yeah. So my mom is down 70 pounds. So I'll give you an example. I don't plan anything, and if I'll have anything off the hook, my wife cooks all the time. I'll have fried chicken from Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Yeah, on the Cobb salad.
Yeah.
That I would say that that's the most I push. Yeah. I was at a Chinese restaurant yesterday. Had grilled chicken and broccoli and veggies, and so even if I go out and that's what I teach people. As a diet health coach, whatever you want to call it, is it's all mindset. It's all mindset. Yeah, the restaurants are there and things like that. But if you want to gain, lose, if you want to get in the best shape of your life and things like that, everything starts in your mind, right? So
your body's a temple.
Exactly.
So
your body's a temple.
Whatever you put in is gonna display out. And I've noticed that too, because you said pizza.
Yeah.
I know you said you're not a big fan. I love pizza. That is my go-to.
Yeah.
And I find myself that, like, after I eat it, I do feel sluggish a little after.
Right.
I like it, don't get me wrong, but then afterwards I'm like, man, I really have to kick my butt in the gym next time. Yeah, because of it.
Exactly. What's your favorite pizza?
I am a buffalo chicken finger with pineapple.
Oh,
I know that's controversial because I know some people don't like. But listen, the spicy and sweet is a good combination. So that's my thing. I love it. Look at that. I got questioned on my own show.
Yes, sir. I love it.
You touched on food phobia.
Right.
For the people who don't know what that is, could you explain that? Because as I said, I suffer from it too. Could you explain that, please?
So I'm down 40 pounds. Okay, I'm down 40 pounds, and I know my body type. I eat one bad thing, I'm bloated the next day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody is, but since I'm aware, and that's what makes me different from, I would like to say my competition is I just don't want people to diet. Right? I just don't want people to be on a diet, right? I like teaching people information, right? So if you're a certain weight, take that, divide by 2, and that's your lean muscle mass, and that's what you need to eat in terms of protein every day. So explanation, I'm doing this, why am I doing this? I'm the why guy.
Yeah.
I'm doing this, why am I doing it? So food phobia for me is if I don't understand how it's going to benefit my body, I just think it's going to take me back to where I was. And I remember being 19 years old, big chunky guy, 210 pounds, 5'4", getting off the chair and my knees are hurting. And that was my first thing. And my second thing was with all these rolls around my stomach, who's going to marry me? Luckily, I'm married now. Sure.
Amen. Amen to that. Oh,
Right.
that's incredible.
Yeah. So food phobia is I'm scared of food to some extent.
Yeah.
As much as I'd want to say, and my wife would not want to hear me saying I'm scared of food, but I am. Yeah.
And like you said, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, I think like for myself, like when you start to see the results, you're like, I don't want to go back.
I don't wanna do
and
that,
that's your first thought process. So
Exactly.
and like you said, I think it's one thing to kind of like have the food phobia.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are people who purge, and that's very unhealthy.
Exactly.
But in your case, it's like just be cognizant and be aware
Exactly.
of those things before you take yourself to that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So other than the third location, is there any other projects? I know you've got so much going on in the store. You're constantly promoting. You're constantly
doing all the Instagram stuff. That's all me, and very excited for the future. Very excited for the future. At the end of the year, we're gonna be looking for another location.
So that would be your fourth.
That would be a fourth location. So we're looking. Me and my wife over here, we're looking for another spot. So keep your eyes open, and I love feedback where you think we should go and things like that. I've been looking at Burlington, and areas like that. But again, the mission remains, helping people. And we actually, today is our 3 months birthday since we opened here, Nutrition Junction.
3 months, 90 days.
3 months, 90 days. We have the highest is we have 19 pounds. We have someone here down 19 pounds since we opened.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a 16 pounds. We have a 10 pounds. Yeah. We
wow.
know someone who's gained 8 pounds. Yeah. So the mission remains, driving people and helping people. Like I said, I already help people online, big time. So want to make that impact over the phone, and I want to make that impact on ground. So anybody listening to this podcast who wants to get help definitely is at the right spot, right?
Absolutely. So, hours of operation for the people, Monday through Friday.
So Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., 13 hours Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Yep. Saturday, we're here 8 to 5, and Sunday, we're here 9 to 4.
And you can try the assortment of teas, shakes. I love the protein donuts. I had the blueberry one the other day. That one was amazing.
Waffles. Yeah. And in case I'm here and, it's past hours and you just banged the door and I'm here, why not?
Yeah. That's a man for the people.
Yeah.
All right. So come on down, try the assortment of beverages, food. It's delicious, nutritious. It's amazing. I really appreciate you joining me today. This means a lot. This means a lot to me. Opening up your stores after hours. I had so much fun.
Exactly. You're here after hours, right?
Yeah.
It says a lot, right?
Yes. I mean, we're both here. We're both here trying to better ourselves. That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir.
So that's going to do it for this episode. And remember, may you live, may you love, and may you thrive. I'm the male Oprah. I love you.